make your life comfortable. Surah 45, sign 22. 2 and 2. Allah created the heavens and the earth for just ends, and in order that each soul may find the recompense of what it has earned, and none of them be wronged. Right? Then seest thou such a one as take his guide, his own vain desires, as his own vain desires. Allah has known him as such, left him astray, sealed his hearing, his heart, his understanding, and put a covering over his sight. Who then will guide him after Allah has withdrawn guidance? Will you not then receive humiliation? So his hearing, his sight, his heart, his understanding. Hearing can be to what? Sami. But Sami gives you to a certain particular prophet. The heart. Dawood. He told him not to lean on that. Not to be drawn, misled by that heart. Well, in the intent, your affection. Why? It'll make you think, what is the sign of affectionate guidance? Affectionate guidance without an understanding of the affectionate guidance, you'll go astray. You'll be esoteric. You'll be a Gnostic. Because if I just came and I just had a whole Arabic Quran without the transliteration and the translation. So if I couldn't transliterate ad, bad, tad, dad, ayin, gain, then what is it? What's the benefit? The transliteration and the translation is for the purpose of my brain, my consciousness, to decipher it and break it down and get the best understanding. Dealing to circumstance. So what's the circumstance of the 20th century, 19th century, 18th century? You know, I got to know what is the circumstance for that. So if I knew from the 18th century, I'll go back to certain civilizations that benefited from the Kitab. Straight from the Quran. Brother mentioned they do now. They take their come with Moors. But that when the Moors, glory didn't come from the Moors just being Moors. That what they do. They hide all that away. But so you put the information that comes from our community, 8th century Islam in America, where you get the truth. It came from the Kitab. Because Allah says it. Allah created the heavens and the earth for just ends. So if he answering this way back in the prophet's time, he for just ends in the order, and in order that each soul may find the recompense. So everybody got a goal. We wake up in the morning with a goal. Everybody got a goal. Now, our collective goal is Surah 66, Ayah 6. Save you and your family from the fire, which is men and stones. But my tools, my faculties, that he used, says that these are your faculties, your hearing, your heart, your sight, your understanding. These are the things that you're going to be judged by. But if you go to sleep to them, you're going to be sleeping them in the Akarata, in the hereafter. When you meet your destiny. Why I didn't reach my destiny? Because I was asleep on the things that I was given as a faculty. I went to sleep on it. Like we were saying, if I love Allah, if I love Islam, then my understanding, I would pay $395 for a lexicon. I would pay $50 to go to a class of love Islam. I love doing what I do. I would even do with my community. If I want to get water, if I want to get food, I want to get wood, I want to get buildings, whatever, I can come to my community and I should be able to have that. Inshallah, that's happening. That's happening as we speak right now in the guide, in the unseen. Allah knows best. He just answered in Surah 45, Ayah 22. I'm humble for that. Surah 3, Ayah 7 say those things that may seem as allegorical. It may seem allegorical, but it's the one that trusts in it. Trust in all the book. I trust that Allah said he going to take care of everything going to be done. Because he put it in the soul of man. His answer is in his soul. Lest he should say on the day of Yom Kippur, always say this expression. Unless he should say on the day of Yom Kippur, I do not such a thing. I spoke to his loins. I spoke to his nafs, his soul. But when I go in the soul, that's an investigation that you go into the farthest regions of the earth. You know, like you said, get education, get knowledge from the cradle to the grave. And Allah say, die not unless you're in the state of a Muslim. The same way. Don't let them take you out the state of felicity. But when you go and find out what that Arabic transliteration is for felicity, it'll break you to another connection. Another connection. Because everything got a consonant connection. Because we're dealing with consonant individual words. We're dealing with compound words. Yes. Yeah. Mutashabihat. Compound. But it's a consonant individual word when you break it down in this context and it connects you to certain signs in the Quran. It breaks it down. When he told the prophet to read in the name of thy Lord who created. The mountain is considered the farthest regions of the earth. It's the most highest thing that you got to try to reach. Mount Everest, I like that movie of Mount Everest. You know, they traveled up that mountain to get to the top. It was the highest mountain, highest peak. You see you on top of the clouds. You see a great horizon. But it's a difficult task. But once you complete that task, look at the benefit. Look at the recompense. Right? Ayah 34 and Ayah 46. Surah 46. These two bring you to something. The first 34 and Ayah 46, and then 46 and 34. They back, but they both got the same connection. But Allah is the greatest. Say, I do admonish you on one point, that you do stand up before Allah. It may be in pairs, or it may be singly, and reflect within yourselves. Your companion is not possessed. He is no less than a warner to you in face of a terrible penalty. Thumma tatafakkaru ma'abasihibakum minajanatin, and reflect within yourselves. Now look at they use the word janat, right? And reflect within yourselves. Your companion is not possessed. But the first one is thumma, that intensified. Indeed, you'll see it sometimes. It's to understand and reflect. Fact in yourself. Sabaha means praise, but it also means forms of worship. Every creature knows its mode and form of worship. Where his order, where as a human being, my form of worshiping was in my intellect, in my accolade, in my soul. In the form as a bird, his worship is in the cotton, the lifting and the hair that he pulled to make that nest. We call it laws of nature, self-preservation, adaptation. That's our adaptation. So what makes us a Muslim is by the content of revelation. And the revelation is Quran. It's your opening. That's what opens you to it. No other definition. I can't go to none of these theses. First, I have to come to the definition that's in the Quran. When I come to the definition of Adam alayhi salam, I'm coming to the higher. I'm coming to the first intention, and the first intention when you're doing salat. When you state your intention, you are in the first stage of Adam. I'm exercising my innocence. وَلَّكَا كُرَانِ بَدَ أَدْمَا وَهِمَانَهُ فِي الْبَرِّ وَرَزَقْنَهُ مِنْ تَنَبَةٍ وَفَدَّلَهُ مِنْ كَاتِرِينَ. Oh Allah, we have wronged ourselves. If you do not give us guidance, we should surely be lost. We wronged our own souls. But that was the repentant nature, which was, we didn't know that Allah was just saying, Allahu Akbar, the Akbar is on. Because what did the Iblis do? He was a fire that gave out no smoke. He didn't have no repentance in his heart. He kept with his issue. And he didn't see the other issue. He see it goes to even the tense. Allah showing in further revelation in the ayahs of the Quran. He said, why are you objecting to something I formed with my two hands? Right? Why are you objecting to that? But that's what he stayed with that intent. And even though he got respect, he still stayed with the intent. Brother was saying, why we seeing a whole bunch of cars on the side of the highway with a flat? What did Shaitan say? I'm going to lay right in the midst of the straight path. And I'm going to alter that nature. And that nature will be challenged. But Allahu Akbar, the nature can't be challenged. Because your rope ain't twisted. It's not. Our rope is the same. We holding on to it. By the trust of Allah. By the trust of revelation. Pause for a short dua. Allah. Assalamu alaikum. Oh Allah, grant us good in this life, good in the hereafter. Oh Allah, have mercy upon us in the name of the great Quran. Make it a guidance of light and a guidance of mercy. Make us remember whatever we have forgotten, and make us know of it, in which we become ignorant of. Make me recite through the hours of night and day, and make it an argument for me, O thou sustainer of all the worlds. Ameen. It's a guidance of light, and it's a guidance of mercy. The Quran gives me the best definition to Muslim. It's not overemphasized. It's just bringing you straight to the... That's the extra lanyard. But to know what it is. Well, wait, I made a sin. If I'm a sin, not Muslim? No. Allah say, stay away from the most sincere ones. What is the most sincere one? In content, putting partners to Allah. Say the heavens and the earth is split asunder. History has done that. You know, Yathrib, it talks about the Talmudites and the Adites. Yathrib have, over in Yathrib in Yemen, in Yemen, my apologies, they have an area over there where they have the stone of Al-Qaima. It's 8 of them, pillars, right? Old ancient stones. The oldest of the oldest. Well, some archaeologists go to it and say, well, you know, this is the temple of Allah. And Allah. They have the different symbols, the moon and the sun and the things right there. It was just showing, and they had El. And El spelled Allah, which we got A-L-L-A-H, but El was a guttural sound in Hebrew that spelled Allah. Old word. Way older than even pre-Islamic area. So you're in a pre-Islamic area in Mecca that had 300-something gods, right? So you got 300-something gods there, but it was polytheism. But the polytheism wasn't like scholars, the way scholars do it now. Scholars come with the purgatory view, you know, the self-righteous view. The ego got in the way. They couldn't understand civilization is being nurtured by the Rab. We say, Rab Bil Alameen, he is a guardian nurturer. So which means I can't look at a civilization in its imperfection and judge them by their intent. Because it might not have been their intent. I can't do that. So Allah said he raised them up. There are some that did good, and there are some that did bad. But what do you have to answer for? Say they're gonna answer for theirs. So Allah said, what you gonna do for yours? Right? So you wanna uphold your good content. You wanna uphold it. Muslim is that standard that help you uphold it. It never passed away. He said you had the oceans, the pens. As trees, you won't exhaust the words of Allah. You won't let it go. And there's many more expressions to this content of Muslim. And it goes way back. When you see Ad and Talmud, you're looking at an older, when it wasn't even called Abyssinia. Abyssinia is a Greek definition. Al-Kibalan, Kushite, Kemet. Kibalan is the most oldest of oldest. But that land, if you look at it on a map, the map is all connected. They're all connected. It don't go back to an ethnicity. as he bring it to an ethnicity. Don't go back to an ethnicity. It go back to the faith.